Hey friends, Danielle here from Whitetail Stitch Co. I talk about everything knitting and crochet, and today I have my monthly project wrap-up. So this is everything I've made for both knitting and crochet in August, but also you may have noticed on my channel there is no July video. That is because it was just a hectic month, so there wasn't a whole ton I did strictly in July. So I've just combined it into one 2-month video. So this will be both July and August. And I'll just give you a quick preview of what we're looking at here. You can see in the thumbnail, I'm sure too, there's a lot of octopus, so that'll be a quick go through. You've seen that one before. That's the Crochet Carpenter, if I recall correctly. But I also did some other pattern tests, and I designed a pattern as well. This month, or I guess July and August, was a little bit crochet heavy. So we've got a little bit more crochet content here. But a quick preview that September will be a little bit knitting heavy, I think. So at least that's the way it's trending right now in early September. So that's what we're looking at now. Let me go ahead and put you into an overhead view so we can go through all of the finished projects together, and I'll go through the designs. Okay, so here's again a stack view. Ignore the yarn in the background. I'm packing for a trip, and I have some knitting projects that I'll be doing over there. But this is what we'll be going through. So let me just go ahead and start pulling them out and talking through everything I made these last couple months. Okay, so this is the Storm Shawl is the pattern by Joji, and here is the pattern printed out, which I used. I prefer printed patterns. I don't know if you guys knew that about me, but that is the printed pattern. It makes a nice crescent-shaped shawl, and this is using one skein of Manos del Uruguay Alegria in the color Zeno, however you say that. Anyways, one skein, so super easy, fast, and it uses some drop stitches. So yeah, really fun to knit. Is there anything else I want to say about this? It was just pretty fast. I like the style, and I think this yarn color was actually a good choice to showcase it as well. I will say this is unblocked, just so you know. But yeah, I'm excited to wear this. I think it's a nice neutral. It should go with a lot. And it was a pretty fast knit. I also want to mention I'm going to be doing a small series, hopefully, on this channel of single skein knit projects. And so this will be part of that as well. You'll see through the months, especially in September, I've worked through a couple shawls as well. But yeah, I wanted to make a video, especially as we're coming into the colder months, of single skein projects you can make just to use up those special skeins in your stash. So that is my probably only knitting project for July and August. So the next thing I'll go through is all these octopus. So you've seen this before on my last month, especially, I think the previous month as well. This is the Crochet Carpenter octopus pattern, and I'll put links to everything in the description as usual. So I've made quite a few of these guys. Go ahead and pull them out. I think they're just basically going to cover the shawl. So, oh gosh. Yeah, I continued my octopus frenzy, I guess you could call it. Yeah, this bin is basically majority octopus. As I'm pulling them out, it just doesn't stop. I've just got a couple more. Okay. And one more. Okay, so these are all my octopus that I made in. So keep in mind, again, this is both July and August. And it's basically taken up the entire bin over there. Yeah, just a lot of blues and greens these last 2 months. And this is, again, in Sweet Snuggles, not the light, but the jumbo version. So it worked up super quick, and I used a 6.5 millimeter hook, I believe. And they came out super nice. I think it was like a 20 millimeter safety eye. Don't quote me on that, something like that. But yeah, so we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 octopus. So lots of those guys. So we've only got 3 more buckets of things to go. We'll go through this one next. So this is my new pattern that I designed. So it's on my Etsy. It's called the Cloud Buddy. So I've got one here with normal safety eyes, and then I've got another one here with the nice kawaii sparkly sinker style eyes. So you can see the difference there. And then I also did a itty bitty one. I changed the scale. So this one used big twist and also the kawaii sinker eyes, but slightly smaller size. So they're a happy little family there. And I didn't give him a rainbow because I was using, so this one is actually in Sweet Snuggles and then Premier Parfait Chunky. And just the size of the rainbow wouldn't have quite worked. So I would have had to adapt and use a different yarn for the rainbow. And I didn't really have any yarns that had the diversity of Premier to get that nice rainbow effect that would have fit on this guy. So he is rainbowless, but he's still super cute. I love his little eyes, right? Yeah, so you can find this one on my Etsy. It is, the cloud itself is no sew. It's you knit from the, you crochet from the bumps and then you go down. But then of course you crochet the rainbow and sew that on. So the rainbow, if you choose to make it, is sewn on later, and also the blush is embroidered on after as well. But otherwise, it's super fast to make, so you can go ahead and check that one out if you're interested in that one. And then I'll just do these. You've seen these before. So these are the mini bean lanyards, which is a crochet lanyard, and I made these in Lion brand cotton 24/7. So that's that. This is in like a nice maroon, or sorry, like I guess a purple, deep purple color. So I did 2 of these in purple, and then I have also a pink one in that same Lion brand cotton, and then I did also one in just some scrap merino wool that I had from a different project. So it does work up with the crochet a little bit thinner widthwise than the cotton, but I think I like the variegation on it. I like the colors. So yeah, it was really fun to make. As I've talked about before, I enjoy this pattern, so I recommend it. You'll notice also I don't have the clasps on them. That is because I think I might list some of these on my Etsy, and an opportunity for customization is to sew on the clasp. So I can have, my idea is I will have people be able to choose a color of the clasp they want on their mini bean lanyard. So I got these from Amazon. I'll link these below as well. But they're nice metal ones. Here, let me open them up for you. So they think they've got one other color, but they've got this like gunmetal, silver metal gray. They've got a true silver. And you'll see it's nice because it's a swivel, and then you can open the clasp like that. And you just sew the lanyard over top this part. And then they've got a gold, which is a really pretty, it's not a rose gold, just like a normal gold. And then also like a matte black. And you can see, maybe you can't see too easily. They should look, oh no, sorry. That's also gunmetal. This one is the matte black. So you can, this one's much more obvious, the difference. So that's the set there. And like I said, I think I've got 1 or 2 other colors, but yeah, so these are the 1-inch clasp option. Yeah, so it just goes sewn on over top of that. And yeah, so maybe look for these on my Etsy some point soon. I've got a lot of the cotton 24/7 Lion brand yarn, so I think that'd be a good way to use it up. You can make a few of them from a single skein of that yarn, so not to rat hole on this too much, but yeah, I've been enjoying making these every so often, and they work up pretty fast, and it's an easy pattern to memorize. Sorry if you guys can hear construction in the background, by the way. That's neighbors getting their deck done. So anyways, we're almost done here. We just got one more set to go, and I'll just prop these guys up here. Maybe you can see them a little bit better. So this was a pattern test. This is little Grim guy. Let's see. I'll give you a better look at them in a second. But there we go. They're a little bit wonky, but they can be fixed. So yeah, this was a crochet pattern test for Pawgysplace, and they released for Halloween their Sweet Spookies pattern packs, and so this was the pack 2. which you can see here has the Grim, the pumpkin guy, like a head, like a goat head or something, ram's head, and a few others as well. This is a devil guy. And then also in this pack, there's a Mothman, some kind of tooth thing. Yeah, I'm not totally familiar with all of these characters, but they're all Halloween themed. And yeah, so that's what these guys are. So this one, as I said, is the devil, and I made these in Premier Parfait Chunky. So he's got a little tail. There is the head, which I did some extra shaping on just to pull in the cheeks a little bit. But, got his little horns here, like that. These would be just kind of cute little decorations. This is a pumpkin guy in his little tuxedo suit sort of thing. Little pumpkin stem on top. And then this is the Grim with his scythe that you can add as an accessory. Sew that on. His big hood that he will hide under. So that is my pattern test for Pawgysplace, the Sweet Spookies crochet pattern bundle. Great, so here they are all organized nicely. Their little stack. Thank you for tuning in again for my completed project recap for July and August. I really appreciate it. And yeah, as I said, this one was a little bit more crochet heavy, but look forward to a couple more knit shawls and stuff. And of course, continuing some crochet too for September. So I hope you tune in for that as well. And as I said, pattern links will be in the description as always. And I hope you have a wonderful day.